Protection Agency, and of course, we are here, and the Executive Director, of course, is going to come up with a press statement and relating to climate-related issues. So quickly, we'd like to welcome the Executive Director.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joshua Bala, Telecommunication Officer of the EPA. We are here to update Liberia on what is happening relate to the erratic rainfall that we're seeing. I'm here and framed by my two deputies, Honorable Deputy Director for Technical Services, and Honorable Anthony Colley, Deputy for Administration. The rest of our staff are basically working right now. The EPA will work almost 24 hours on staff. I just want to welcome you by seeing fellow Liberians, distinguished members of the press, development partners, friends of our country. I address you today on an issue that touches every Liberian. Our rainfall patterns, our farms, our roads, our homes, and our future. For generations, Liberia's seasons follow a clear and dependable rhythm. The rainy season normally runs from May-April to May-October, and the dry season from May-October to May-April. Farmers rely on this pattern to know when to plant and harvest. And engineers rely on it to plan construction and development works. However, in recent years, especially in 2025 and now early 2026, this pattern has changed. Instead of experiencing a clear dry season, Liberia has been recording persistent and unusual rainfall, often accompanied by strong winds and flooding. Floods and storms displaced thousands of people, destroyed homes and washed away properties, and made living conditions extremely difficult in Monrovia and its surrounding communities in other parts of Liberia. Even now, in the first days of 2026, we are witnessing heavy rainfall and strong wind occurring late at night and early in the morning, as those of us in Monrovia experienced early this morning. About 3 o'clock this morning, we experienced a storm. But what is causing these problems? Many Liberians are understandably asking why our weather and climate are changing and why these events are becoming even more dangerous. The simple and honest answer is climate change. Climate change is not a distant problem or a future threat. It is happening now, and Liberia is clearly experiencing its effects. Rising global temperatures are warming the oceans and the atmosphere, increasing moisture in the air and disrupting normal weather patterns. For Liberia, this means heavier rainfall outside of traditional season, stronger storms, and more frequent flooding. I talk about threats to Liberia. Two major climate threats stand out for our country. The first is sea level rise. Scientific projections indicate that sea level rise or sea level could rise from 0.6 meters to as much as 1 meter by the year 2100. Liberia has over 560 kilometers of coastline, and nearly 60% of our population lives along or near the coast. If this trend continues, thousands of Liberians could lose their homes and vital infrastructure such as roads, hospitals, coastlines will increasingly be in danger. The second major threat is the changing pattern and intensity of rainfall. Rain no longer comes when it is expected, and when it does, it often comes in large and destructive amounts. This directly threatens agriculture, which depends almost entirely on natural rainfall. While climate change is driven by global factors, local environmental practices are making its impact worse. Heavy reliance on charcoal production and firewood, the increasing number of old and fuel-inefficient vehicles, industrial emissions, deforestation, destruction of wetland, poor waste management, and pollution of rivers and streams by mining activities all weaken our natural defenses against flooding and extreme weather. These changes are already affecting national development. Road construction projects are delayed. Maintenance costs are increasing. Feeder roads are being washed away, and urban flooding is becoming even more severe. Development plans based on old climate assumptions are no longer effective. Our farmers are among the highest hit. Unpredictable rainfall causes seeds not to rot. Unpredictable rainfall causes seeds to rot in waterlogged soil, crops to fail, and harvests to decline. This affects rice, cassava, vegetables, and tree crops, leading to higher food prices and greater food insecurity. Government intervention. The government of Liberia is actively responding to these challenges. Liberia continues to advocate strongly at the global level for climate justice, adaptation finance, and loss and damage support for vulnerable countries. The government is also advancing coastal defense projects to protect communities, roads, hospitals, and economic assets from sea level rise and storm surges. In addition, Liberia has secured a $10 million United States grant from the Global Environment Facility Least Development Countries Fund to support climate resilient agriculture, improve water management, and smallholder farmers. The government is also implementing a $10 million United States climate information and early warning system project, which will establish a modern mineralogical center to improve rainfall prediction, provide early warnings, and guide farmers in making informed planting decisions. Through collaboration with the International Atomic Agency, Liberia is also applying advanced agricultural science to reduce rice production time from 120 days to 80 days, improving productivity and resilience. At the same time, the Environmental Protection Agency is strengthening environmental governance by improving monitoring of mining activities, enforcing environmental laws, protecting forests and wetlands, regulating polluting industries, and promoting climate-smart agriculture such as agroforestry and conservation farming. These activities are in fulfillment of the Arrest Agenda for Inclusive Development, President Wakai's key administrative developmental roadmap. A call to action to all Liberians and residents of Liberia. However, government action is not enough alone. Every Liberian and everyone who resides in Liberia has a role to play. I urge all citizens and residents of Liberia to protect forests and wetlands, stop unnecessary deforestation, keep our communities clean, avoid blocking drainages and drainage systems, reduce pollution and support sustainable farming practices. When we damage our environment, we increase flooding, disease, and suffering for ourselves and our generations to come. Fellow Liberians, climate change is real. It is already affecting our daily lives. With science, proper planning, strong international partnership, and responsible environmental stewardship, Liberia can adapt and build resilience. Together, let us protect our environment, support our farmers, and safeguard our communities, and build a climate resilient Liberia. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless the Republic of Liberia.
Okay, so thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the press, and we will now see if any of the media houses will have questions to protect.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Bandu. I'm a Liberian President newspaper. With those references, if some of those things are causing the usual kind of activities, is there a specific time or is there a projected time you think this unusual experience we are having going to last? How long do you think?
So, it's very unpredictable to put timeline to it. What the data shows is that we're going to get increase going forward. And it's not a good news. The data shows both locally and internationally that as long as we don't change our behavior, as long as we continue to carry on deforestation, pollution, and carry on destructive environmental activities both in Liberia but also at the international level, climate change and its impacts will continue.
Okay, I'm dropping one word for OKFM. ED, good morning, and thank you for that. What immediate action will the EPA take in this direction?
One of the immediate actions we are taking is what we're doing to inform the people about what is going on, what the causes of the erratic rainfall we're seeing, and how it's affecting them. Immediate action on our part, we listed several interventions that we are carrying on: coastal defense projects, early warning systems, education. We carry on those, enforcing environmental laws. We carry on those. Immediate action on the part of citizens and residents is to be law-abiding, follow the environmental laws of Liberia. You're not supposed to be constructing in swamp, what we call the wetlands. You're not supposed to be applying mercury without proper regulations. You're not supposed to harbor people in your villages to be carrying on destructive mining activities. When we get there, you try to protect them because you are getting little pockets here. People are not supposed to do that. So the immediate action is all of us. Those behavior we need to start there now.
Do you need, extra mandate to carry on some forceful measures that make people implement some of the warnings of the when I'm talking about increased measures, whether the police should be involved, other state security agencies, so that people can be able to go instead against the EPA.
No, we are working with them and we're having a good relationship with the police. We have backup for what we call the interim of enforcement. But part of it is really a widespread violations on the part of our people. And in more instances, in the villages, in other areas that are difficult to reach. But we hope that the education will be able to help them to make informed decisions. That some of the decisions we are making, and the essence of the press statement today, and the press conference today, is to inform them that the destructive behavior we're seeing counterproductive behavior on us in the form of how the rain pattern is. And so we have responsibility to deal with it. But we are working with the government agency in collaboration with the EPA, and we'll continue to do so. We also ask for increased level of collaboration. Some is very forceful as we're doing, but some, you can't force everything. Some really have to do with education and people willing to
make informed decision and change.
So, thank you.